one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We'll never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Someday we will look back, and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night.
How about now? Sound? I had it unmuted. I was like, I want to try to avoid this. I think I'm good now, right? Let me know, guys. Let me scroll down. I think we are good now. Yeah, sorry. I purposely checked because I was like, okay, I always have this problem with no sound. But anyway, all I was saying was thank you to Life is Good Today. They didn't go live tonight, so I'm using their slot tonight. And I was just saying I was trying to catch as many people in the chat to say hello to in the beginning of this, just because I have only just this hour slot to cover a ton of information on the Carnival Radiance. And our friends Beach Please are going live right after this. I don't want to bleed over into their time. So globally, hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Vonnevieve, thank you so much for the super chat. A little something for the kids. I love that you always drop a little donation for the kiddos. In case you're wondering what she's talking about, and I'm wearing my Group for St. Jude shirt. All of my donations from now until I'm going to do the big donation in September when I'm on the Carnival Horizon on a group cruise. So everything, I'm just going to take everything and do one big donation, and then whatever's left over after the course of the year will just get donated on the next cruise or whatever. So all of my YouTube money that I get, revenue from people watching videos and that kind of thing, or any super chats and all that will all go to the kiddos, Good for St. Jude. So thank you, Vonnevieve. And Okay, so I just want to make sure I threw that out, and your earbuds were working. So let me bring in my buddy here real quick. You guys many of you already know him. Evan has traveled. He's been on the show before, talking about the Radiance, the Panorama. He and I just did a brocation together on the Radiance, February 4th. But prior to that, I did one on January 21st. So I'll talk about that as well. What I'll do, since Evan wasn't on there, I'll share my experiences, and then I'll have Evan also just kind of talk about that, even though he wasn't on there. So let's get right into it. Again, thank you everybody for being here, and let's get going. So that first cruise, like I said, was a solo cruise on January 21st. On that one, Ryan Rose was not the cruise director, which was kind of the first bummer on that one. But his fill-in, Adrian, did a really good job. Adrian is part of the fun squad on the cruise. So those of you that have been on the Radiance will know who these people are. Those of you that have not been on the Radiance and are either watching this now or will be watching this on a replay, just know that Ryan Rose had to go away for a family emergency. He is back. He was on our cruise. Adrian was just filling in. He's from the fun squad. Nancy, thank you so much. Throwing down a challenge. Let's all give a little for the kiddos. So she's doing a $5 challenge. I love that. Thank you so much. Again, it's for the kiddos. So, hey, you know what? I don't mind saying if you want to match that challenge, thank you so much, Nancy. And thank you again to Bonnaby. Anyway, so Adrian was the interim cruise director. He did a fantastic job. As a matter of fact, I did see him on my February 4th cruise. He is being interviewed for another cruise director position. He didn't say where or whatever, but he did well enough to where he's going to be. He has a second interview, so good. That was great. But Ryan was really good on that. Again, on that first cruise, it was not very busy. I think I heard a total of about 800 people. Sometimes it felt like a ghost ship. The entertainment, the deck parties were very, very, and I was wondering, part of it was it because it was kind of cool and stuff like that. But as Evan and I would just talk about in a little bit, it was a little on the cooler side, but we still had really good attendance on that one. Just a couple more notes, and again, like on that one, and I'm going to jump over to the February 4th cruise. I don't have a lot of vlog footage from that one because my GoPro overheated. It's a long story. It's been replaced, and so I'm back in business. But unfortunately, all I got out of that was a few different items that I'll put out. But unfortunately, not a lot of vlog footage from that one. And then Ensenada, a lesson learned on that one was I left the ship too early at 9 o'clock in the morning. Don't leave early. Go like towards lunchtime. Much better. Lastly, I did go to both shows on that one, Rock Revolution and Soulbound. Rock Revolution, for me, it was mostly 60s and 70s music, not really my genre of music. So it wasn't really for me. I watched it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was okay. Soulbound was definitely something that I would go watch again. Rock Revolution. It was good, like I said, but not really for me. And one last note that I made was the Love and Marriage show. One thing that was different on these shorter 3-day cruises is the Love and Marriage show is during the day at 1:30 in the afternoon. So that I thought was a little odd. I still attended. I still enjoyed it, but it was odd that it was during the day. Mike from Nebraska, thank you for meeting that challenge, $4.99. Thank you so much for the kiddos. I do appreciate it. So Evan, all right, let's fast forward to February 4th. We booked this brocation, then found out after the fact that Dan and Nancy Fields were going to join us, and that was really cool. They had a friend named Dana that also ended up booking last minute on it. And then we had, and the embarkation process was really smooth, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But then there was another beautiful surprise once we got on the ship. Kathy, one of my good friends, and now Evan got to meet as well. Her and her husband surprised us, but we'll talk about that. Let's rewind. Let's talk about the embarkation process. I felt it was really smooth. Give your take. I've been talking a bit.
Dude, really smooth. I got a terrible echo, but it doesn't even describe it. We got there like right around our check-in time, around 10:30. We walked in, zigzagged with nobody in front of us, right up to the table. They checked my documents, and by the time they were done with mine, Honey was already at the little conveyor belt with the metal detector. We went through there, walked right up to the window. We got checked in. They took our picture. All this was with our friends Dan and Nancy. I just met them. They were really cool. We were there side by side. They pulled in the parking structure right as we did, and we got out of the cars face to face. It was really nice. But we hung out inside. We met some people, probably half an hour, and we were walking up the gangway. It was super smooth. However, Hani, you can attest to this one. My wife and I cruised on December 27th. Same thing happened. We got in as soon as they opened the doors, we zigzagged right up to the front. But when we were waiting inside to get on that gangway, there was 50 people, maybe 100 people. So there was plenty of room. This one was pretty packed inside. Not to the point of normal cruising, but it was definitely the most of the 3 cruises I've been on. But it was still, I've heard different numbers from 1,200 to like just under 2,000. So I don't even know what the actual number was, but it was super organized, super smooth, super easy. I think Carnival's doing a great job.
Yeah, I agree. So just in that process, first of all, I just want to thank Cheryl Rosinski. Thank you for that $4.99 super chat as we meet the challenge to get some money in for those kiddos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So let me just kind of explain. So when we parked, as he said, we saw our friends Dan and Nancy. But when we walked over, and I have an Embarkation Day vlog coming out, a little selfish or a little shameless plug, excuse me. But so when we walked over, and one thing I noticed right away was there wasn't a bunch of porters there. Normally, there's a ton of porters. There was no traffic of people dropping off their luggage that you would normally see. There was none of that. One quick tip for those of you that are not going to may not be able to watch the video or don't watch the video, but I do want to share this information in case you're watching this now or on the replay. If you have a late check-in, like a 2 p.m. check-in, I don't know if they go any later than that, the porters stop working, and I verified this when we got there. We had already heard about this on our previous cruise, we had heard about it somehow. I think through a Facebook group or something. Yeah. Anyway, so I verified it with the porter that was helping us that they are not there after 2 p.m. So if you're going to use the porters, try to get there. Even if you have a 2 p.m. check-in time, try to get there a little bit earlier so the porters can assist you. So that was the first thing I want to share. Go ahead.
I'm going to interject right where that is. It's worth every penny you tip these guys, every penny, to just leave your baggage there before you walk up to the terminal. We did that. We tipped them $5 a piece. Got inside, got all set up. We were having lunch, and we went up to our room, and we found this young couple, probably in their mid-20s, healthy couple, lugging these 2 suitcases. They each had one big suitcase, and they were huffing and puffing because they dragged it up the ramp inside, across the gangway, into the ship. We were fully relaxed and chilled, and they were already out of breath because it's doing. Pay their money, pay these guys a tip. I mean, the tip is optional, but they're saving you a lot of trouble and a lot of extra work. It's worth every penny. And I'm a cheapskate, and I say that.
Yeah, that's true, Hunter. After 2 p.m., you have to bring your luggage on board with you. Thank you, Carla, for confirming. And Carla works at a different cruise port, so this is not just the Long Beach Cruise Terminal. It appears that this is global. So I believe she works at Port Canaveral. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carla, but I believe you work at Port Canaveral. Do they go to lunch at 2 or just done for the day at 2? They're done for the day at 2, is what my understanding was. So, again, I see a lot of people popping in. Hello, guys. I didn't do the highs and hellos just because I have a short period of time and just a lot to cover. So, again, I saw Daniel Fields popped in and a few other people, so welcome. But just let me continue on that embarkation process for those of you that are going to be going after you pass the porter area, that first across for you that have been to Long Beach, as you come across, there's going to be some Carnival employees checking just your boarding pass. That first initial one is just checking to make sure you have your boarding pass. So what I did, honestly, guys, I have a clipboard and I have all my stuff there and all my documents. It just makes it really easy because you're going to have to show it multiple times. That's why I'm going through this to just kind of help you guys out. Is the first level there is they're checking the boarding pass. Then you go to the actual terminal, the big dome, and then there's other Carnival employees that are right outside the dome that are checking your boarding pass again, and then check and make sure you have a proper mask on. After you pass those guys, you go inside the terminal, kind of go through a little zigzag line, which there wasn't much, like Evan said. And then they have a bunch of like bar top tables, or whatever you want to call those. And then that's where they're checking your boarding pass again, your negative COVID test, your vaccination card, and your passport and/or birth certificate, whatever you brought with you. After you pass that level of security, then you go to the scanners where they check your carry-on items and a body scanner. So you'll go through that. And unfortunately, I couldn't show any of this in the vlog, which is why I want to make sure that I'm talking about it here, because I'll talk about it in the vlog, but you don't get to see any of that. So I'm trying to give you as much of a description as I can. Then after you go past the security check, then you go through another little zigzaggy line that takes you to the final check, where they, again, check your passport. And then they may or may not take a picture. In the past, they never took a picture of me. This time, for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is behind it, whatever. This time they did take a picture. Did they take a picture of you, Evan?
They did this time, but last time the line that they sent me to, the camera was down. I think that picture is when you scan your sail and sign card, like for a cocktail, if you have the Cheers package or the Bubbles package, it pops up on their register. I think that's what it's for. And plus, when you get off the ship and get back on, and every time they scan your card, the security team or whoever has that picture pop up.
That makes sense. And Jamie, I agree. Being organized is very important.
Yeah.
Again, even if you don't do it all the time, I guarantee you, because I'm the type of person, when I'm on vacation, I want as little stress as possible. So, a 99-cent store clipboard and putting your papers and stuff in there, and just wherever bag you're bringing on, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Instead of having to keep grabbing it, trying to figure out where it is, it makes your life easier, and definitely makes the staff's life. Because this is a non-busy time. As it gets busy, you're going to be thankful, and they're going to be thankful. So I agree, Jamie.
I love that clipboard idea. I saw you with it, and I didn't have it, so I kept everything in my backpack, and it's not anywhere near as easily accessible as on the clipboard. So that's on my shopping list.
Good deal. Did they pass out KN95 masks, and so did you get a fresh one the next day? I had them in my last trip. Did we have them in our room? Okay.
Yeah, they were in our room, and from what I read, they're saying that the masks are good for use for like 7 days. So if you wanted them, I think you can go down to guest services, is what they said, but they don't bring you new ones. They probably will on our back-to-back, because it's 2 cruises, I'm guessing.
Probably. Yeah. So there you go. So they did have them. Yes, Evan, that was a picture for. Most will lift the picture off of your passport. Okay, thank you, Carla. And it's so great to have somebody that works at the port. So, and usually they've used the one off my passport, but apparently this time they wanted to. Oh, well, I have lost weight since then, so maybe that's why, because I looked a little different. I don't know. But on the Bliss, they scanned your face. The card wasn't used to get on and off the ship. Now, they do have that facial scanning as you're going, that final check, if you will, after you go through the going up that big ramp that Evan was talking about. And just before you get on the gangway, there's a check where they have you pull your mask down, and they take another photo there, and that might be a different one on that one. So Carla, if you know what that one is, let me know. So there was a second one, and I don't think they took a picture of me this time. Do you remember?
They did.
They did? Okay.
Yeah.
Will was very organized. We went on the Conquest a few years ago. Yeah, it just helps. Like I said, it just makes life so much easier. There are 2 KN95 and KN95s in the room. Gotcha.
One thing about being
picture. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
About being organized, how important it is not only to you, but you're holding up the line behind you. If you're fumbling through your backpack looking for stuff instead of having it in your hand, that means it's a longer process for everybody else. So it's a great idea.
So passport lines are way faster than birth certificate. So I don't know about coming in, but going out, honestly, more people were in the passport line than the birth certificate line. But I don't know how much more they have to do on that side. So, but if you have your passport, yeah, definitely the better way to go. This is a good. Mike said, was the facial recognition able to determine who was Hani, who was Eric? Good one, Mike. It's
Mike.
entry, and they're making sure you are checked in. Okay, thank you, Carla. That's that last one before the gangway that I was referring to. So good to know. All right, on to the next item. So we went through the Embarkation Process. Oh, so I talked about being surprised by Kathy. So a lot of you in the community know who Kathy is. Kathy's CA Cruiser in the chat. I was surprised by her before on a cruise. She told me she wasn't going, then she showed up and she did this again to me. But she got me good this time. She said, "Hey, I left something up in the room for you, the room that she was staying at that I didn't know. But anyway, just go up there and meet with the room steward." And then as I was going up there, she surprised me and said hello. So that was really, really cool. But the best part was meeting her husband. On top of that,
Yeah.
Real cool guy, really, really funny. I won't share our private conversations at dinner, but I can tell you I was literally laughing out loud at times and had tears in my eyes. The guy was really, really great. Kathy and Nassim are amazing, amazing people. So if any of you get a chance to see them on a cruise, meet them on a cruise, take the opportunity to say hello. Susan said, "I put all of my documents in my fanny pack." Yeah, see that, and that's a good idea. If it's easily accessible, like Evan had in his backpack, you said, right, with everything else, but in a backpack, I'm sure it was with a bunch of other things. So you're trying to fish around and find the right documents.
I had him right towards the front. One thing I do want to point out about that surprise, I've seen Kathy in the chat as CA Cruisers, and I had no idea who she was. All I know that we're running up to pick up something, and we're going to go down and get Shaq's chicken. And traveling with a VIP and a celebrity like Hani puts me on edge because he's a target. So when we walked out the elevator, and this woman I've never seen before came up to Hani in a rapid way, I was thinking in my mind, take down. Turns out I didn't, and I'm so glad. No, I'm just kidding. But Kathy and Nassim were awesome. I made 4 great friends on this cruise with Dan and Nancy and Nassim and Kathy. They're just great cruise companions.
Yeah, awesome people. Yeah, I see. I carry my own security detail with me. So, but one cool thing that we got to do, and I'll actually have this vlog coming out soon, is Kathy was in a cabin, scenic, like Grand Scenic View. I have the actual name in my vlog, Scenic Grand View or something, Scenic Grand Ocean View or something like that. It was amazing, a beautiful, beautiful ship, and these big, huge windows and stuff. Anyway, look for the vlog; it'll be coming out soon. Really, really cool. So she was very nice to allow me to record it, so that way I can just put it out there for anybody that may want to use it. Don't take it away from Kathy, or she'll be mad at me. So if she's cruising, don't take it away from her. Mike says, "Sweep the leg." Yeah. But that was really cool. So yeah, that vlog, it will be coming out. So guys, if you're in here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Hit that notification bell so that all these vlogs that I'm talking about, you'll get notified when they come out. And a lot of them are ready to go, but I'm trying to put them out in succession, so I'm not just blasting out a bunch of vlogs at one time. We had lunch at Shaq's Big Chicken, like you mentioned, and then we went up and just did a quick tour of the hidden decks. And again, that vlog is also going to be coming out soon. And of course, the Embarkation Day vlog. So after that, we went to our cabin. A couple of things. And again, it was not the end of the world. Thank you, Kathy. Grand Scenic Ocean View is the name of that cabin. Beautiful, beautiful.
Breathtaking.
But the first thing we noticed right away is the room was a little bit on the warm side. And then so we notified the room steward. I mean, because it was the thing was all the way down at the bottom of blue, so it should have been a lot cooler than it was. And then we also noticed our fridge, mini cooler, whatever you want to call it, was warm, and it should have been at least on the cool side. That they replaced right away with the room. It didn't get resolved right away. Unfortunately, we kind of did our own little hack because it was so nice and cool outside. We left the door open for the balcony and had a nice cool breeze. So the room got really nice and cool before we went to bed. And we made that work. But, eventually we let customer service know, hey, is there any way this can be, rectified, taken care of? And then they ended up sending somebody to our room, and voila, it was.
We were in Ensenada, right? So we left to go to Ensenada and came back and the room was fixed.
So I don't know what they did to fix it, but we probably should have put a few more calls. We let our room steward know, and we let the customer service or guest services know. But again, not a huge deal. Like I said, luckily we had that workaround. I think it would have been a bigger deal if we didn't have the room cooled down by that nice cool breeze outside. So that was the other thing. We stayed in cabin balcony 8274, cabin 8274, which is a balcony. It was a good room. I like this one A little bit better than the other one. Not well. Let me rephrase that. I would recommend this one more than the other one, and the only reason why, for me, it was not a big deal because I'm usually a night owl. And by the time I go to bed, it's no big deal. But the other one that I was in the last time around, I'm trying to remember the room number. It was 8262 or something like that. It was closer to the elevators, and then all the atrium noise coming in. And if you're a light sleeper or early sleeper, I would tell you that would be terrible. So just to put that out there. Anything else you want to add to the cabin before we move on from there?
For ours was really cool. My last cruise with my wife and I in December, we were on the 9th on Lido deck, and I can't remember what the room number was. It was something close to ours, but ours, when you go through the elevator, the doors, we turn left with me and Hani, and we turn right probably about 4 or 5 doors with my wife. And I loved being on the Lido deck. We literally walked out of our room down the hall, and we were walking through those glass doors. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking.
Oh, that's funny. What name changed?
Look at my screen name.
Oh, there, Evan. Funny. I was looking down here at your name. So yeah, no, and actually, I'm glad you brought that up because in the Facebook groups, somebody had brought up that they would never stay over by the Lido deck ever again.
I saw that.
But yeah, I'm glad that and somebody else actually said the same thing. Hey, I just think the food was fine. So, all right, let's talk about the deck parties. We'll get to the food, of course, because that's one of people's favorite topics. But one of my favorites is sail away or the deck parties. So they had a sail away party, which is the normal staple of Carnival, and then a mega deck party in the evening time, and that was like at 9:30 or 10:30 in the evening. I know it was late for sure.
The mega deck party was at 10:30. No, it wouldn't have been that late, would it?
I feel like it was like around 10:30 because they wanted it to be after the show, after the show that was
okay
or whatever, and then they had an 80s party as well during this cruise.
That was 8 or 8:30, right? That was
8:30. I'll tell you this: the sail away party that I went on, and a lot of you probably saw it when I did the live stream. I mean, it wasn't as busy as a normal sail away party. This one, and Evan recorded it. Thank you so much. So I'll be putting that video out as well. But you'll see it was packed. I mean, I couldn't even find a good spot. Like I kind of had to squeeze in once they did the Cupid Shuffle and the wobble, which I love to do. Kind of try to find a spot, but it was jam packed. On the sailaway party, the mega deck party was very well attended, and even the 80s party. So for me, it was great. It felt as close to a real cruise, like a normal time cruise, without having to wait on all the lines. To me, I felt like it was the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
we didn't have all the waiting, but we got some really well attended parties. Anything you want to add to that, Evan?
Well, I what I really enjoyed about it, I'm not I don't cut a rug. I'm not a dancer. So this one for Hani, I think was even better because last time his GoPro was down, but this time I was the camera guy. I had the vantage points, and Hani was down there tearing it up on the ground. Oh, did she go back? I spelled my first name wrong, but being able to let Hani do what he wants to do and have a great time, and being there to record it, and then of course providing the videos to Hani so that it was something that he could put up and do vlogs on and stuff like that is the best of both worlds for me because I got to experience it. I got to watch Hani having fun on the 80s party. I was actually down there on the dance floor for the beginning, not dancing, but just interacting and going crazy with the music that's going on because that's my genre. But that was a lot of fun. And you're right. I noticed that as the parties went on, like the big deck party started off with a few people, the 80s party started off with a few people, but as that got going, it got really, really not crowded, but it got really, really good turnout.
Absolutely. And yeah, you're right. You were feeling yourself on that 80s. You were on your Snapchat recording, and I loved it. I loved watching you really just enjoy yourself.
My wife was surprised. My wife saw that. You don't normally do that. I said, I got bitten by the bug. It was for the moment. It was fun. And more or less, I wanted to be out there having fun so people could see people out there having fun. And I was just one of them. And then they joined in. So I'll take the credit for that 80s party getting so busy.
Of course. I think it was our mullets. So Evan and I both
It
had
was.
the headbands with the mullets. Actually, somebody, these girls asked to take a picture with us. They thought it was really funny. We were having a good time. Of course, looked like twins again because we both were wearing the same thing.
Wait,
So
we're not?
Dolphin Lover. This is London, right? Hey, London. He was asking, was the 80s party and Elegant Evening the same night? If I remember correctly, yes, because we did join Kathy and Nassim for dinner and had to hurry to go and change. I'm almost positive, yeah.
Okay.
Go and change for the 80s party. So, yes, it is in the same night. So that night we asked Kathy and Nassim if they wouldn't mind doing an early dinner. So we had enough time to go change and prepare to go to the party. So just be aware of that. I don't know what time you normally like to eat in London, but you might want to consider if you want to be there, because again, it's an 8:30 start. So we again asked to eat a little bit earlier so we can make sure to make that 80s party. So I'm glad that all worked out. So I hope that answers your question. And honestly, Betsy, I didn't go to the club neither time when I went by myself or this time. Hopefully when we all go together, even though we did meet a really great group through the Facebook group, and then they did a shot glass exchange. And one of the gal that was hosting the shot glass exchange, she's like, "Oh, we're gonna be going to the club later. You should go." And I'm like, I'm by myself, and my buddy doesn't really like to go to the club. And she's like, "Just come, I'll dance with you." No. But I felt weird. Yeah, no more dancing with other people's wives. So,
But it was a little different because we went to the comedy show, and then what happens is they clear out everybody from the comedy show and then convert it to the club, and we just didn't want to stick around and wait for it.
yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about was the comedy club. I love seeing it, but was bummed he didn't do that with me. Well, Sean, he probably will this time around. I mean, we get 2 more cracks at it, right, in March. So
You can't handle it, but be prepared.
We'll not allow him to dance with us. Yeah, no, you're welcome, London. Anytime, buddy. I can't wait to meet you, London. You're going to be on the celebration. Are you doing a back-to-back? That part I can't remember. I do remember you're going to be on the celebration cruise with us, and I can't wait to meet you. So let me just talk about that real quick, and then we'll jump back to this. So Evan and I and a big group of us actually are going to be going back on the Radiance March 4th for the celebration and staying on March 7th doing a back-to-back. Mike and Betsy from Beach Please are there. So if you guys don't know them, London, I don't know if you have seen their channel before. They're going to do a live show right after this. So if you want to get to know them a little bit, hop on over to their live show. Their channel is Beach Please. So go check it out. Subscribe to them. They're going to be on there as well. Our friends Holly and Mike Ayers are going to be on there. Kathy will be back on there. Hopefully Nassim will also. And,
he's got to be.
I'm missing. Oh, Richard and Donna Carrier are going to be on there. I saw Richard in here. So Richard and Donna Carrier. So I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait. So not only meeting some of those people, but some of these new faces. So London, again, if you haven't. The comedian was the one we saw was really, really good. I'm trying to remember his name. Sam something.
Sam, I think that's his name, Sam something.
Sam Baird or something like that. I don't know, but he was really, really funny. Oh,
I was gonna say,
go watch the replay. Not now though, later.
Oh no. Tell London that he'll really enjoy meeting Mike from Beach Please. Mike is actually the make it and break it of that channel.
There you go. So here, 30, 26. Thank you guys. No worries. We're going to have a blast. Can't wait. Absolutely, man. So just remember, make sure to come up and say hello to me when you're on there, London. I'll definitely be at the sailor party. We talked about that already. So come look for me at the sailor party and say hello. I hope the comedians are good this time. On Panorama, they were a bust.
I loved our comedians, honey.
Yeah,
Mikey Winfield, good friend of mine now.
Oh yeah, Jersey was.
This guy is awesome. Jersey was good. A couple of them were iffy, but I'm assuming she means your Halloween one. I don't know who that was.
Yeah. We went the first night. I think what kind of ruined it was the casino host. Yeah, not casino host. The comedy club host. She came over to one of our friends and told her to keep it down or something like that. It's like it's a comedy club, you know. I mean, laughing should be okay. You're not lying. Mike is amazing. So what else did I have on here? So we're talking food. I want to make sure we have about 26 minutes left, and everybody was always asking about the food. Let me tell you, this was my first time eating at Cucina, and I want to start with Cucina just because I've never eaten there before, and Have so much fun on your celebration. Thank you, Lindsay. Hello to you and Mike. So I want to start with Kachina just because again, I haven't been there, you haven't gone to it either. The food was incredible. I
For
had
$15.
yeah, I
Oh
had
my gosh.
had the shrimp. Yeah, well worth the cost, guys. So those of you that are like, is it worth it or whatever? Absolutely. But I had the shrimp. Evan had the chicken parm. Go ahead and talk about
Parmesan.
chicken parm. I've been
It
talking
was like this big, and it was the best I've ever had. It was worth the $15 just to eat half of that.
Love Cucina del Capitano. Yeah. Hit return to. I wish we were on one. I bet it's going to be super cool. Yeah. Hey there, Lori. Welcome in. So, yeah, I tell you, so that there was just so much food between the appetizer, right? And I didn't eat a dessert. Did you eat a dessert?
I had a taste of the cannoli, but I was so full from our delicious food.
But what was the regular dessert? That was the chef bringing it out as a thank you or whatever. But what was the other? What did? I felt like there was something else.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. Actually, there was a posting of the menu on here, but I can't remember if it was the
Kathy, remind me, what was the dessert? Remind us. Evan, Gary
it was
that big.
it was pounded thin, and I've got pictures. I don't know if you're part of my Facebook family or not, but send me a friend request. It was like this big, this thin. It was covered with the perfect amount of cheese. It wasn't too gooey. And a little bit of sauce, not overrunning it, and it was actually not crispy, like crunchy, but you could tell it was cooked perfectly. Nassim, one of my good personal close friends, better than Hani, ordered the same thing but without cheese. He's not a fan of melted cheese, and his looked terrific as well. We were all completely satisfied.
So see, look at we start talking about food, and all of a sudden the chat goes crazy.
That's right. Baked Alaska tiramisu. That's what it was.
We had the Nona's meatball, and that was delicious. I just ate a little bit of everything just because I can't eat that much, but it was crazy. I'll be eating cucina for free in the first time I'm already. Oh, cool. You'll enjoy it, man. I would want the apple pie-like dish. I don't think we had that.
I guess we'll have to go back and try it now.
I can't wait 22 days until the Vista.
Absolutely. Oh, cool.
Oh, but yeah, baked Alaska and tiramisu. Yeah. Carla, and come on, Evan. We all know how men tend to exaggerate. No. In this case, he's not. It was large, and there was just so much good food. But he was like, "Hey, honey, do you want some of this? Just try it a little bit." I had like a little sliver just to say I tried it, and it was really, really good. So, yes, Betsy, those meatballs. Yeah, the meatball. Sometimes you think to yourself, like when I heard about this stuff, and I love Italian food. Don't get me wrong, and when you heard people talking about, it, I'm like, well, how great can it be, right? But after having it, and it's funny because I've heard people say really good things about it, and I've heard some people go, well, I tried it on this other ship, and it wasn't that good. So, we were lucky to have some really good chefs, on this ship. As far as I'm concerned, everywhere we ate, whether it be the MDR or in Cucina, the buffet is the buffet. Let me tell you guys real quick. If you're going there with any kind of expectations for the buffet, I'm guessing on any Carnival ship so far for the Panorama or the Radiance, it's buffet food. And I know some people don't like to go to the MDR or the main dining room, because they go, it takes a long time. Yeah, but it's not as bad as it was before because of occupancy and as a capacity. But if you want better food, then go to the MDR. Or if you really don't want to deal with it, then pay a little bit extra to do specialty dining. Because even the other ones, like the steakhouse, Evan and I were talking about the steakhouse. If you think about how much you pay for that steakhouse, you're not just paying for that entree, right? You're getting an appetizer, you're getting dessert, you're getting a bunch of other stuff for that price. It's a really good deal. Like the ribeye, I think your wife just went to lunch and paid just for her ribeye, right? I know she maybe had a couple other things, but almost the same amount as she paid for, right? It
was $24.95 for just it's Texas Roadhouse, so you get two sides, and it's a fantastic meal in itself. But this is upscaled, and I'd love to try it sometime.
But you get sides with this too. Remember, people were talking about the mac and cheese or whatever, and so the chicken parma and the Marty was gross. Oh no, it was
surprising.
The cheese was half melted and just square and looked and tasted like it made it in the microwave.
No, Mike, mine was oval. I wish I could post a picture in this chat, but it was fantastic.
Jack's Big Chicken Review. We'll come back to that one real quick. Carla, Gigi's, I ate on the Panorama. And again, so it sounds like ship to ship. It's kind of a crapshoot. Kathy was very nice to take me to Gigi's when we were on the Panorama. I liked it. I thought the food was good. I did like, she had ordered the Kung Pao chicken, if I remember correctly, and I got the peppered beef, I think it was. And I like the Kung Pao chicken a little bit more than the peppered beef, but all of it was pretty decent. Does Carnival have an ultimate dining package that allows you to go specialty dining every night? On the Panorama, they had like a 3-for kind of deal.
They have it on the Radiance.
They did? Oh, I didn't see that.
I have a picture of it. I'll send it to you.
Okay. So they have, I mean, it's I don't know, was it like an $8 saving or something like that?
They said it was like 12% savings, which is better than nothing. But they have two, a $30 one and a $60 one. The $30 one, you get 3 $15 vouchers that are good at like Cucina, this and that. They're those levels. But then the $60 one includes those, and it also includes one steakhouse dinner. So you'd save a little bit of money there.
It was 30. You said 38, right? I think it was 38 because I remember when we looked at it, we thought if you spent the 15 at the other two specialty dining, anyway, however the math worked out, you'd save some money, I guess, if you were planning on eating at those places. So Betsy, Shaq's Big Chicken. I'm probably not the best judge just because I'm limited to what I can eat and how much I can eat and all that. I can't
38 and 60. Yeah,
38 and 60. Okay, 38 and 60. So, Evan, I know loves Uncle. I'll let Evan do the review just because, like I said, for me, I can't really give it a fair review. So.
Okay, well, this one's easy for me. Hang on, getting back into our chat.
No.
The first thing we did when we got on the ship after we met up with Kathy, she joined us, and then Nassim joined us as well for a Shaq's chicken. And I stick with this Uncle Jerome. It's a Nashville hot sandwich. Absolutely delicious. The weird thing was I love it so much, I only ate it that one time. It was such a short cruise that I did other things instead of it, but I love it. I've never tried any of the other lunch or chicken sandwiches that they have, but I will on our next cruise. If those of you who were last time about my December 27th cruise and I brought up Shaq's breakfast and I said I did not like it, I tried it again. Got to give it a second shot, and it was the same thing. The biscuits are dry and crumbly, and I went there just after 7 o'clock, like 7:10, and they just opened at 7, so it's not a matter that they weren't fresh. This time I didn't like the maple syrup type of thin sauce that they dip it in, so I asked without it. It made it even drier. So it's just the breakfast is not for me, but the lunch, my liking is that it's absolutely a delicious sandwich, and I'll try these other ones next time.
Yeah, I'll tell you real quick. Hey, Steve, welcome in, bud. Steve, I don't know if Ruth told you, I'm going to be in Oregon next week. I'll be in Portland. I'll try to let you guys know when if I'm going to be able. I don't know what my work schedule will be like while I'm there. It's kind of a long story. I'll tell you offline. But hopefully I'll get to see you guys while I'm there. So I don't know if Ruth told you, but just want to let you know that I'll be in Oregon from Sunday to Thursday. So let's see. Big Chicken, solid 6.5. I'll revisit it in the 9 days. Listen, I've only had the chicken strips, and then I had the regular chicken sandwich without a bun. It was good. I mean, I can't say it was anything like, oh my goodness, but I didn't have any of their specialty sandwiches. That's why I didn't really want to kind of rate it. Mike said we'll try a specialty restaurant in April on the Symphony of the Seas. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary on that cruise.
Congratulations!
Sometimes you just got to. So especially on occasions like that, definitely go for it. When there's blue iguana burritos, no need for anything else. I had a blue iguana burrito, a breakfast burrito this time around, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. And
I didn't care for the tortilla. You went, what is it, a wheat one, and then the other one was like a jalapeno one?
Yeah, there's two options. Yeah, only.
Yeah, the tortillas were, I don't know how to describe it. They weren't tender, if that makes sense. I mean, feel like you have to tear it apart. But man, I'll tell you what, those fish tacos for lunch are probably the best fish tacos I've had anywhere. And I came from Southern California, Rubio's, stuff like that. Those are the best fish tacos.
You know what I wanted to ask you, Evan, when you had told me that about the burrito, I was going to ask you, have you considered maybe trying a bowl, a breakfast burrito bowl? You know how they have those bowls that you could do for lunch? So
I
maybe
didn't know
do.
that, but I'll do it.
I don't know if that's an option, but I just thought
Yeah.
about it right now since you're not you liked everything else because I'll tell you the eggs and stuff inside were really good, and I just thought about it myself. That would probably be what I would do next time because I just again it just fills me up having the tortilla. So it'd be nice to just have the.
I will definitely do that. Remind me.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that together, of course. Wasn't crazy about the breakfast at Shaq's, but love the chicken tenders. Yeah, the chicken tenders were really good, Carla. I mean, I had it last time. I had it this time. I think even Kathy had the chicken tenders as well when we ate together.
Yeah.
I prefer Chicken Guy in Disney Springs to Shaq's. Okay. How does Big Chicken compare to Chick-fil-A? I don't know. I guess to me it's about the same. Again, I don't know that. I mean, compare it to Popeyes, Evan, I guess, or
Well, I mean, they've got what do they have? 4 or 5 different chicken sandwiches at Shaq's, so there's a big variance. I love Popeye's chicken sandwich. Wow, I just love that Uncle Jerome and Popeyes doesn't do that. So I mean, if there was a Shaq's next to Popeyes, I would probably go to Shaq's.
Okay, that's fair. I meant breakfast tacos. I got you. Rubio's is not Mexican food. I hope we can. Yeah, I hope so too, Steve. I really do. Honey, have you had an alcoholic drink yet? You'll have to let us know how that goes when you do. Well, as a matter of fact, I've told myself I'm not going to have my first drink on the ship. And of course, I had my first drink on the ship. Evan ordered. So Evan's not a big drinker. Let me just expose him here real quick. So he's not a big drinker. And he decided he wanted one of those fish bowls, right? And so he got the fish bowl, other than one little tiny sip, just because I wanted to see how the alcohol would affect me. He drank the rest of it himself. Man, I was proud of him, and he did good. He was buzzing. He was buzzing a little bit, but he was good. he was in his faculties. But then I had what did I end up drinking later on, Evan? Do you remember?
You got a Miami Vice, didn't you?
Oh, Miami Vice. Yeah. When we were because I had drinks on us in the casino, so I said, hey, you know what?
You did.
Why not? It's free. So yeah, I know we learned the hard way. But so I got a Miami Vice, drank I think probably 3/4 of it. And yeah, no dancing on the tables naked, Lindsay. So sorry, no footage of that. I make a meat lover's pizza, get all the meat toppings from Blue Iguana, and put it on top of a pizza. So that's interesting. You said that, Pepito, because I was under the impression that they wouldn't allow you to do that. Hey, Mark, welcome in, buddy. Honey, get a burrito and open it up in the tray. That's what I ended up doing with this one. I just ended up opening it, but I thought, what a waste of the tortilla. I felt bad. You know me, I'm always worried about wasting food. So I just thought, well, I guess Taco Bowl, same thing, right? I'd throw away the Taco Bowl. So yeah, I guess it's 6.5. 6.5 dozen now. I need some chicken nuggets with all this food talk. I know, right? Honey butter chicken biscuit, a big chicken. See, Mark liked it. Evan hates it. Mark, I know you kind of came in here late, but Evan tried it twice for breakfast. Was not
on 2 different cruises.
Yeah.
So that be said. Now, Mark, understand that I'm not a svelte person, so I know my food, and it just didn't seem good to me. The thing fell apart in my hands, and it was dry. Even the one when they dipped it in the maple syrup type of sauce, it just wasn't for me. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, everybody's Popeye chicken sandwich is good, so if it compares, I'll be okay with it. Yeah,
I agree, Gary.
Yeah. And if you like spicy, you'll like that Uncle Joe's. Evan loves him some spicy stuff, and he loved that chicken. Talking to Betsy. Honey's been sipping. Yeah, it was just one sip there, but I did have that 3/4 of Miami Vice, so it was good. I was glad. Well, Betsy had told me, get some drinks in to see if you can handle it, because last time I didn't get to drink with them, so this time I'll be able to have a drink or two.
And I got the Cheers package. I'm not going to use all 15, so don't be surprised if they come your way.
Hey, that's all right. I'll enjoy it. Actually, the girl was telling me, I told you, the girl I talked to in the guys line had that mojito, and it looked really, really good. So I may try that. So the other food, it was beautiful. What were you talking about, Steve? So the other, I mean, again, in the MDR, for the most part, the meals, like I said, the meals were really good. Evan likes I keep on calling it a skirt steak, but I think there's
strip loin steak, I think it's called.
Strip loin. He's a big fan of it. And if you look at it, you think, what the heck is this, right? But it's for a kind of a cheesy looking steak. I don't know what's a proper word to use, but it actually has a lot of flavor. I've had it before, and Evan absolutely. Is there anything else in other than obviously the chocolate melting cake? Anything else that you've tried? Oh, the soup. We love the
that mushroom bisque.
bisque.
Terrific.
I like their soups. Their soups are really good. This time around, I had this lemon. I think it was like a lemon chicken soup. It was really good. We should get someone to take a picture of a chicken biscuit. Wants to see.
I got it. I got a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you, honey. You could post it.
Okay.
And Sir Gary is too good to be a friend of mine on Facebook.
Gary, friend Evan on Facebook, or he's going to be crying all night about it. Cheesesteak? No, I know. See, I know. I didn't want to say cheesy steak because there's no cheese on the steak.
No.
That's what I was worried. Oh, the brisket. Yes.
That was.
The brisket was really good. The
That's
braised beef ribs. I really like. Those are really good. Love me a Miami Vice. Yeah, see, I've heard so many good things about it. That's a lot of people's favorite like embarkation day drink, and I didn't get it on embarkation day. So what's that? Oh, Evan likes the kiss on the lips, right?
Oh yeah.
Already friended you, Evan. Oh, there you go, Evan. So you don't have to cry yourself to sleep tonight. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, great Gary. I'm trying to think of some of the other foods. I went through this so quick, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Hey, guys, do you have any questions? If there's anybody, I know London. I know you're going to be going on the Mardi Gras. I know. Well, Kathy lives on the Mardi Gras. Look at me.
I didn't get a friend.
London, I know you're going on the Radiance. What's that, Evan?
I didn't get a friend request from Gary, so I just sent him one.
Creme brulee.
That was good.
I didn't have a creme brulee. Kiss on the lips is great too, Evan. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Did you try any other drinks other than I know.
I didn't have the Cheers package this time, so the only thing I tried was the kiss on the lips.
Oh, send it about.
And then I had the kiss on the lips in twice on the cruise.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think. For breakfast, we went to Sea Day brunch for breakfast, and I had the steak and eggs. But what did I order instead? I said no eggs. I'm trying to remember just the potatoes, right? The country potatoes, which are really good.
I got the grits and I loved them.
Oh, the grits. Okay. Yeah.
Along with my steak and eggs. Sorry.
Mango margarita. So here's the funny thing. Sean, Evan's wife, is usually like a whiskey drinker. That's kind of her thing. And she doesn't really like sweet drinks, but man, mango margaritas were her jam. But from what
she liked it on the rocks, and I loved it blended. The way that they blend them is so good.
That is too funny. Yeah. So again, if anybody's going to be going on the Radiance, let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them. If you're watching this on the replay, throw me some questions down in the comments. I answer them pretty quickly when I get them. So if you have any questions, again, I'll be going back on March 4th, March 7th. So I have the vlogs from this series that I've got coming out, and I'll have more. I'll have more coming out, obviously, after the March 4th and March 7th cruises. So, and again, I mentioned that our friends Beach Please are going on right after me here in about a little less than 7 minutes. They're going to be playing a fun game tonight. But for those of you that don't know them, it's a good opportunity to get to know them and meet them because, again, they'll be on that ship. We had the chef's table on our New Year's Eve trip. It's a total must do. Oh, yeah, London. I'm sorry. I forgot. You were on the New Year's Eve Cruise of the Radiance. So you're already familiar with it. The chef's table is something I would love to try. I know it's, especially with not being able to eat that much, I know it's a little costly, but I think for the experience, it might be worth doing one time just to say that I did it.
I got I guess an idea on that one. I was big on the main dining room menus, and I still am. I still like it. But I'll tell you what, with this last time, and I got to experience the Cucina de Capitano, open up my eyes a little bit more. Now it's like I'm pre-platinum, so I've been on a lot of cruises. This was number 3 for me. So I'm used to the main dining room menu. Now I can branch out where it's the same menu each time. I'm able to go out there. This time we tried Cucina del Capitano. Next time, if I could try the steakhouse, me and my wife would hit that. Hani, you're welcome to. But Hani wouldn't get as much out of it as we would because of his surgery. But I think now that
now that I think about it, I probably would do it for the experience. Honestly,
Yeah.
again, just I mean, that's a few rolls in the casino, so I'll just skip a few plays.
You know you're going to win at the steakhouse, right?
Yeah, exactly. At least I'll win by doing a little bit of a vlog. But no, I agree with you, and that's one thing that is one other thing I noticed, and I mean, if you know the answer, because I didn't. The Pig and Anchor, is that the free Pig and Anchor, or was that the restaurant Pig and Anchor up there on the app?
It's on the aft overlooking the rear of the ship. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the free on the sea day. And then
Oh, it was available
paid
on
for.
today?
I think so. I didn't go up there, but I remember from last time that it was.
Same here. Both times I went, I didn't even go up there and check, to be honest with you. So I was hoping maybe if anybody knows, let me know. Honey could rock the tiny appetizer hamburger. I know, right? Exactly. I should tell them, hey, can I just come in and just eat whatever they don't eat or whatever they
How
have?
much for a bite?
Yeah, just a bite, right? So exactly. But I've seen those little tiny hamburgers. I'll eat the steak Honey can't finish. There you go. Exactly. So yeah, at least on this, we do have on this trip coming up, we'll have a few dinner nights with the group, which will be nice. I know when we did the Halloween cruise, there's a few nights that was a longer cruise, but there's a few nights where that we got together, at least 2 or 3, if I remember correctly, and then there was nights where people went off and did some of the specialty dining and stuff. So it was kind of nice. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. It's free on sea days. Okay, thanks. Okay, I was hoping somebody would know. So
it's a different menu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different menu, and my wife and I did the free sea day lunch on the Panorama, and I'm a pretty good smoker of meat, if that sounds right. That sounds kind of bad, but I barbecue, and I compared mine to his. His is a high production one, so you're going to expect differences. And to me, it was so-so. It was good. It wasn't great. A lot of people rave about it. I know I can make it better at home, but it was good. I mean, if you think about it, you're on a gorgeous ship in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and you're eating barbecue. How bad could it be? It's not bad.
I'll be honest with you. I've heard less good reviews on the barbecue. I think that's probably the one that I hear more negative comments on than I have any other ones, to be honest. Yeah, just in the Facebook groups and stuff. I mean, I don't think I've ever tried it, to be honest. Maybe this time I will, just to say that I have. But I know how you are. Like when we talk about barbecue places around here, you're like, why would I go there when I make much better? And I agree. I can attest to it. He does a really good job. His wife is an amazing cook, but Evan handles the barbecuing and smoking and stuff. Like he takes we have a few minutes, real quick. All right, but he makes what is it? It's a
brisket. I make the pulled pork.
The brisket, that one that you usually buy when it's on sale, and then you do the chuck roast. The chuck roast.
Oh, that's different. That's not in the smoker. I only made those one time in the smoker.
In the oilless fryer or something like that.
Oh yeah, the oilless fryer one. We do that. Oh, let me make it up.
So, okay, last quick few here. Pig and Anchor equals good barbecue, not great, but definitely a go-to at least once a cruise for me. Okay, that's a fair assessment. My husband makes the best barbecue. Yes, I agree. Radiance only has the express Pig and Anchor. They're only open from 12 to 2 on sea days.
Embarkation.
Oh, Embarkation. Gotcha. That dang autocorrect. It's decent, but not like barbecue at home or barbecue restaurant land. Fair enough. Yep, that makes sense. All right, guys, we're 2 minutes away from Beach Please Live, so I don't want to run over. I want to thank everybody for being here that was able to make it tonight. Again, anybody that's watching this on the replay, please leave me any comments with questions that you may have. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you'll see all these vlogs that I've been talking about come out. And other than that, when we come back after our March cruise, I'll be doing another wrap up. So thank you again, everybody. Chuck Rose. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Okay, see you soon, Honey Boy, and the rest of the Beach Bums. Awesome, guys. Again, if you have nothing going on, join us over at the Beach Please live channel, live show right after this. See you all there. Have a good night. Take care.
Bye, guys.